All right, well, welcome back to your 5 News this morning, a weather impact alert day. We will have team coverage throughout the morning here to keep you safe both on air and online and on our app. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And it's obviously been a very eventful morning overnight for a lot of people here.
Yeah, it really has. And we've seen that snow really start to mix in, or I should say just fall across the area. Initially last night, it was a little bit dry, and then that moisture really saturated. And that's when we saw that snow really start to fly. So you can see all across the area, obviously, snow covered roads no matter where you go. And roughly right now, we're about 2 to 4 inches across the region. We'll continue to see light to moderate snow this morning. Take closer looks at some roadways. Here's in Fayetteville, I-49. You can see very green in Fayetteville. That's not good. There we go. You can see along I-49, very caked in roads there. So again, you're going to see snow, and maybe even as it freezes, a little bit of chunks of ice kind of melted in there. So again, just be careful as you're heading out the door that things can be very slick. And if you have to travel, obviously take it slow. Another word of advice is then if you kind of skid a little bit, steer into the skid and take that foot off the accelerator. Do not hit the brake. That'll cause you to spin out. So another live look in Rogers I-49. Looks like visibility is a little bit more reduced here, seeing some more moderate snowfall fly. You can kind of see the flakes. I don't know if these are pixels or flakes, but a little bit's flying there in Rogers. And here's another live look along I-540 at the Arkansas-Oklahoma border. See some tire tracks there as emergency crews are working to clear off the roads. And we're very thankful for all of our emergency crews. It does look like maybe potentially a little bit of spinning there. Again, it's going to be slick on those roads with that snow caked in. Just because the temperatures are very cold, it's freezing on contact, and you factor in the winds, and wind chills are below zero all across northwest Arkansas, low to mid-teens for much of the river valley, even some single digits, though, in Ozark and Sallisaw. So, yeah, it is very chilly no matter where you are in the area. So just make sure you bundle up if you do head out the door, along with the fact of staying safe on the roadways. Currently, what that snow looks like, pretty light across much of the area, honestly, right now. It is a little bit more moderate in the eastern half of the river valley towards Ozark and Clarksville, but we'll zoom in kind of area by area. You can see in northwest Arkansas some lighter snowfall, but where the heavier bands are going to be is just the darker blues. You can see just west of Fayetteville there. That'll continue to move from west to east. And towards Eureka Springs, a little bit of darker blue. Then as we head farther south, you can see the more blues here in Clarksville, as well as Ozark in the eastern half of Logan County, east of Paris towards Russellville, some heavier bands there. And then as we head farther south towards Scott County and southern LaFleur, notice this pink here starting to slowly rise. And we were expecting this to continue to rise throughout the day today, as more sleet will eventually mix in to those far southern counties. We'll continue to see snow throughout the morning hours here, and then this afternoon we'll see a break in the action, especially in northwest Arkansas, but could still see a little bit of light snow falling, but there will be that break. River Valley, the same story. We'll see a break here during the afternoon, then things will pick back up for us later this evening, and for the River Valley this evening, we'll see more of a sleet mix, especially the farther south you live of I-40, and then we're going to see maybe a little bit of freezing rain as well. So after that first wave, again, we're going to see more snow come in, more sleet. It looks like the second wave will see more heavy snow from northwest Arkansas, at least initially. But again, we'll go over more about that snow and sleet timeline here coming up in your full forecast. Emily?
All right, thanks, Danny. Let's take another look now at some more traffic cameras here across the viewing area and the state. So here is the state from iDrive RDOT here. You can see even more of that pink and purple and dark purpley stuff start to pop up here in the southwestern part of the state. Now, according to their key here, that means ice and slush. Those are the things that we're starting to get worried about when it comes into the River Valley. Let's go ahead and go into the River Valley now and take a look at just what they're seeing here this morning. And you can see that right now the cameras are listed as snow. This is the Welcome Center into Arkansas from Van Buren. You can see that the snow here is covering into the area there. You want to make sure that you are being as careful as possible as you're driving into the snow. So let's get a first-hand look at the roadways this morning. Go out live to Joshua Weisel and the Storm Chaser. Now, Joshua tells us where you are and what you're seeing this morning.
We are live on Dixon Street in Fayetteville, and you can see here not a whole lot of traffic on the roads here this morning. So we have a lot of snow on the roadways, but we don't have any sort of issues or anything like that, just because no one's on the road. So I will say though, when you're out on the roads here this morning, I've been mentioning this, it's probably best if you don't have to get out today, just stay indoors, enjoy the warmth. Especially if you have a two-wheel drive cart, just because some of these hills are a little bit tricky. We've been slipping on some, and then, if you have four-wheel drive on some of those more flat roads, it could be a little bit of a hazardous commute at times, but as long as you're going slow, it's not necessarily the worst yet. But the problem is, this isn't all the snow that we're going to get. We still have more hours of winter precipitation and snow depending on the location. So like I said, if you absolutely don't have to get out today, just don't get out. It's a nice day to just kind of sit and enjoy the snow. But as you can see, Dixon Street, not a whole lot going on, just lots and lots of snow on the area surfaces. In addition, it is very, very cold out there. So like I said, some of these hills are a little bit trickier out there this morning. So if you absolutely have to get out for any reason today, take it slow, take it easy, just because, you know, sometimes the roads may not look like they're that bad, but if you go, fast enough, then you can start running into issues. So some of the hills are a little bit tricky. We're not done with the snow yet. So like I said, if you don't have to get out today, just stay indoors, because not necessarily the best driving conditions out there. So we're going to be driving around town, seeing the conditions across the area, and we'll let you know if anything changes.
All right, thank you so much, Joshua. Well, as you just mentioned, we've got some cold temperatures here, and they can quickly turn dangerous if you're not properly protected. Doctors say frostbite can cause numbness, pale or waxy skin, tingling in fingers, toes, ears, and the nose. Hypothermia is more serious, with warning signs including uncontrollable shivering, confusion, slurred speech, and extreme fatigue. To reduce your risk, experts recommend wearing multiple layers, insulated gloves or mitts, and warm boots. Hats, neck coverings, and face coverings help prevent heat loss. It's important to keep a spare pair of mitts in your car and bag, and limit your time outdoors and avoid prolonged exposure to cold temperatures that can also help keep you safe.
So cold's going to constrict your blood vessels, holding your breath and stuff during it can also make your blood pressure rise, along with the cold constricting your blood vessels. And so then your heart rate and everything else increases, much more at risk for heart attack again.
Well, doctors say people with chronic medical conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes are at a much greater risk for cardiac events during the cold. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside, this time over Fort Smith this morning. You can see the snow-covered roads there, just a little bit starting to scrape off the bottom as crews work hard to clear those roadways. Let's go live now to Fort Smith with 5 News anchor Jo Elson. She has all the latest of what you can expect today.
Yeah, some very cold temperatures. I'm telling you, I am layered up today. Got on a few pairs of socks, and I got the glove, the hat, the scarves, everything. And it is still cold out here. I don't know if you can get warm enough. Certainly cold. So dress for it if you have to get out. Even put those the feet warmers in my boots, and I've got the hand warmers in my pocket. So I'm trying my best out here to stay okay. But let's take a look at the road conditions here in Fort Smith. This right here is Rogers Avenue. I know everybody sort of wants to get a look at those roads this morning. This is what you would have to contend with if you do have to get out. Try not to, stay inside where it's warm, enjoy the snow day. But if you have to get out for some reason, this is what it looks like. There's about to be a car pass by here. You can kind of see the conditions. That guy might be going a little bit too fast. You may want to slow down, but if you take it really easy, it's sort of packed down a little bit. Road crews have come out here, made one sweep, but of course it's still snowing. There's going to be more on top of that. And to talk about that, we got Josh Bufink with the City of Fort Smith. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank you.
I know the crews have been working around the clock.
Yeah.
How many crews, how many plows do you guys have to tackle this?
Yeah, so we have 5 large plows, 4 small plows, 2 road graders, and we contract with 4 additional road graders. And these crews are working around the clock, like you said, in 3 8-hour shifts. I was just told that they're back at the yard right now, changing over, getting ready to go back out and start again.
Wow, and the residential streets, the side streets, I mean, all of those, the crews will be paying attention to them, but people just need to be patient.
Be patient. Yes, we have a list that we work through, so we go through those main thoroughfares first, obviously any hills, bridges, overpasses, then we hit our secondary list, and then lastly, it's our residential streets. So those are the last thing. So be patient if you don't see the road plowed right in front of your house. They'll get to it eventually because they'll work around the clock until those things are cleared.
Absolutely, and it is cold out here. These temperatures are absolutely freezing. Any information you can give us on warming centers in the city of Fort Smith for folks who may need that?
Yeah, Hope Campus is one warming center. Next Step Homeless Services serves as a warming center. Salvation Army. As always, you may give them a call beforehand, before going out there to see how much space they have, but those are the warming centers that are available currently in the city of Fort Smith.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here with
you.
us today. We sure appreciate that. All right, Emily, I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you. So I think the lesson today is if you have to get out in it, slow down, take your time, and certainly bundle up. I know you were talking earlier about having that emergency kit in your car. Definitely a good idea because you never know what could happen, right? All right, we'll go ahead and send things back to you.
That's right, Joe. Thank you. Never know what could happen. Well, a reminder that we've got a list of major closures on our website. We'll keep it updated throughout the weekend. You just have to scan the QR code right there on your screen to see the list. We know of the Northwest Arkansas Community College being closed today, as well as the University of Arkansas buses not working today. Well, speaking of those closures and delays, if you're planning to cheer on the Razorback basketball team today, the Hogs will take on LSU at 4 instead of 7:30. Despite this change, assistant coach Chuck Martin is hopeful that the temperatures won't stop the student body from showing up in full spirit.
You know, the kids, the buzz on campus has been great with our student body. They were unbelievable. The atmosphere in our last game, the Vandy game, was incredible, and it has been all year. So I don't anticipate this slowing our guys down, meaning our student body and our fans.
While the university buses are not running today, once again, students are encouraged to still come to the game. Doors will open at 2:30. Well, Fayetteville's annual cold weather trail race at Kessler Mountain Regional Park has been pushed back to next weekend. The Frozen Toes 5K and 15K trail run was set to take place today. It is now rescheduled for January 31st. Let's go ahead and take another live look outside this morning over Johnson. The time is 6:41. Quite the winter wonderland going on out there in Johnson this morning. Let's go ahead and go now to 5 News reporter Claire Everbach. She's live for us right now in Washington County. Claire, let's talk about a little bit about the conditions that you're seeing there this morning.
Well, Emily, I just came back outside after being inside for a few minutes, and it certainly feels colder. I'm all bundled up. I have gloves, everything that I can, and wow, it's chilly out here. My eyes are watering. I'm looking over to my right here, and I do see some snow plows that are working, getting ready to go out and clear those roads to make them as safe as possible. I also think now that the snow is officially back, it went away for a minute, but now those flurries are back. I think it's time to measure just how many inches we have. So I'm going to take my measuring stick. All right, it looks like we're still at about 2 inches of snow, but it is certainly coming down. So I bet by the next time I talk to you, that number might be a little bit higher. Reporting live in Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Claire. We'd still love to see the conditions near your home. To send in those photos, all you have to do is text them to the number on your screen, 479-785-5000. Make sure when you send us a photo, you just give us your name and tell us where that photo was taken.